What's up, guys? Teddy Cornwell here. Welcome to the Underdog Talk, the most underrated podcast in the world. And there's just something about the underdog. But, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, you see him to my right. Yeah, that's my right. The big fella, the tatted up man himself, the owner of Ares Nutrition, Ares Apparel, and our rival, Real Talk with Ares. No, I'm just fucking with you. This podcast is way fucking better than us, guys. I mean, the tatted god himself, Patryk. Middle name, I do believe, Ares Baradziej. What is up, big fella? How you and the family doing, man?
Good, Teddy. Thanks for the invite, brother. And just like we were talking offline, man, it's great to come together with another spokesperson for bodybuilding. Man, we love the sport, we love the fitness world, and we just love to spread the message of the positive side of bodybuilding, and just encourage more people to come together, man, in this community of fucking fitness, man.
It's something, isn't it? And I mean, guys, Real Talk with Aries is fucking legit. I watch it myself. Underdog Talk. Please go fucking check that shit because, like it says, it is real talk, no holds fucking barred. Now, I have to ask. Geography, just like saying last name is not my strong suit, but the flag next to your name, is that a Polish flag?
Yes, I was born there. Yeah,
My second question. I was
yeah.
gonna ask that. I wanted to say Polish, but with those like Eastern countries, I'm never sure. It's like one
Mhm.
color's off, and it's I'm looking at another country. So you were born in Poland.
Yeah, I was born I came when I was 9 years old. My mom married my stepdad. He brought us over, and then I started working my ass off and just building different things, and, one thing led to another. I wanted to fucking be fit. The wanting to be fit turned into me falling in love with bodybuilding, and, fast forward, I'm here, man.
And you are here. And who the fuck gave you the nickname? Do you go? Is Aries like your nickname, Patrick? Because I'm genuinely interested in that. It's a dope fucking nickname, but is that a nickname or just your store's names?
That's just the store's names. What happened is, man, is, when I was originally creating the brand, I needed a name and a logo where people would be proud to wear, right? Because that's huge. What you have on your chest, you have to be proud of it. It has to have meaning behind it. And to me, Aries, so Aries is the god of war,
No.
right? Well, a god of war goes 100% into that, right? So all of us can be in essence the same way in whatever we're doing in life. You can take that same mentality of being like at war, going 100%, either with work, family, life, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, that whole aspect was Aries, and that, to me, it was just something that's fucking cool that I would love. Right. And then fast forward, it kind of just stuck. So everybody just kind of just throws that on my back, right? And I'm just like, cool, man, I'll go with it.
That's a pretty fucking cool nickname. I fucking like it. I mean, shit. Fucking, I guess it's better than Poseidon or some shit. Aries is a pretty fucking cool nickname, man. Can you ride with that shit now?
Listen, as long as I'm glad I didn't do like Athena, or Athena
You see, I was gonna
nutrition, because
say
then
that, but damn it, the goddess of love, Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, there we go.
That'd be
Yep.
an interesting nickname. Now, obviously, Aries Nutrition is your genius supplement brainchild. Patrick, how did the idea for that to come in fruition? I mean, how did that all start? To have a nutrition, stores.
Yeah, yeah. So what happened is, a lot of it had to do with my wife. Make a long story short, I worked in the corporate world all my life, right? And I came when I was 9, right? And the first thing I saw, like, I came from Poland. It came from like a farm, rural area, where you were lucky to have a job, even if it was like bagging bags. You was just proud to have work. So when I came here, fast forward, I was getting to the age of being able to get a job. My mom didn't have any money. My stepdad didn't make that much money. So I realized that I could have as many fucking jobs and make money here. Like, the jobs were endless. Like, you just work and it will come. Like, everybody was looking for people to work. So that's what I did. I started working. And then, my mentality was always just going, you know, being the best at whatever I'm doing. Right. So Fast forward 18, I was 16 working. By 18, I became manager. I moved forward. And what ended up happening around that time, my ex-wife was pregnant at the time. So I needed to have something that's extremely stable to take care of the family. I started working for a corporation, Coca-Cola. And in that company, I saw the potential of being able to, work for commission and move up.
Mm.
And I just worked, man. I worked 6 to 7 days a week. I was able to get a route right away within 5 6 months because they saw like my potential right away. So I was able to get a route. At that point, I was able to make commission. Well, being the fact that that puts no limit on your pay, just put a fire even more underneath me, right? So again, I was delivering numbers so much every time I had a new district manager that I was the only one in the company with literally like two routes. So I was making double of all the other account managers because they were giving me so much more work because I could handle it. But my goal was to move up. I wanted to run districts. I wanted a higher position. So, after several tries, man, and that was just my being persistent, finally, I think it was after the sixth try, I was able to get promoted to be a district manager. So then I ran Philadelphia. I had like had like 8 to 10 managers. I had another 50 employees underneath. From Philly, I was moved to Jersey because I lived there. Again, I ran everything, and then, in my personal life, things were going separate. Me and my ex-wife were separating, so I just needed more income. Child support, things like that. So I started bouncing, right? So then, so I'm,
Damn.
so I'm running districts, and then I'm bouncing 4 nights. So think about this: I'm in a suit, not a suit, but dressed up tie and dressed up button down. During the day, meeting owners, district managers, and I'm night beating up people who are drunk at bars. So but what happened is it wasn't sustainable, right? To me, I felt like I was capped, right? And I wasn't happy anymore in the corporate world, right? It wasn't the same type of feel. And then fast forward, my current wife, one day she was just like, "Hey, look, there's a storefront that's open in your house, like near like a Planet Fitness. It'd be cool if you open a store." That morning, so I'm very impulsive. So that morning, that's it. Made the phone call, moved right away onto the space. At that time, I was like, look, man, I'll quit bouncing and then I'll still be a district manager. And it just, as a month went by, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to do that anymore. So, and it came up right in the time we're doing the restructuring. So I told him, look, you could just buy me out. And then I just put everything into the store. Now, when I was creating the store, my initial plan, and this is the plan, this is what I tell everybody. Look, don't open something just because you want to make fucking money. It's not going to work, dude. After 6 or 12 months, you're going to get so bored. You're going to hate it. And if you're not making any money, you're going to hate it even more. You're going to get discouraged, so forth. But if you love something, it don't matter if you're not making money. You're still fucking doing it just as passionately no matter what. So, kind of like, listen, we started a podcast, right? We're going to do it with the same passion if we have one follower or 100,000. It
Yep.
doesn't matter. We're going the same way. So, so my goal was to create a brand, right? I needed to create a brand that had meaning, right? Behind it, that had a strong, brand. So that way, if the brand has meaning behind it and people love it, it allows me to do more things in the future, possibly, right? Possibly open more stores, possibly open a gym, possibly start a supplement brand. But the initial brand has to be created.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I put everything into the brand. I reached out to a lot of people within the fitness, within the IFBB Pro League
Yep.
through my connections. Each connection led me to more people nonstop. And I knew from the very start, I can't be taken seriously, right? The brand can't be taken seriously. Number one, me, I have to live the lifestyle no matter what. I just cannot stop. If I love bodybuilding, I represent it. I have to live it. Doesn't matter if you're a pro or not. You just have to live it.
Yeah.
The brand has to have value and it has to have meaning. So that's where the pros started, I started bringing them for the events and so forth, because I remember the first 6 months in of the store opening, I held my first annual summer event where it was a parking lot, 20 or 30 vendors. I had tons of IFBB pros that came in, and I did it. And man, it was huge, like huge. And it took off. And then just from there, just things just kept going. And what happened is, as the store did better, I just kept putting money back into the store. I expanded the brands, I expanded the look, and I just kept putting back. Because to me, it's like, okay, the store's doing better. That wasn't my goal anyway. My goal was to make the brand stronger. So I just keep putting money back, keep putting back money back. Then of course COVID happened. I was able to fight through that, and when I came out on the other side, that's when I made when people say opportunities come up, like let me put it this way: opportunities are the fruits that grow from the seeds that you plant. So, in other words, I planted seeds by putting the work on behind, creating the value to the brand, meeting a lot of people, shaking a lot of hands, getting a name for me, which created different opportunities later on, which in turn caused, a second store, a third store, fourth store to open. Um, and that's where it is now. So, but I haven't never, stopped. Like I could stop doing events, but I'm not going to. Like I'm still going to have 3, 4 events this year. I'm going to do it next year and so forth. So it's like that, man. I'll go to the Olympia, I'll go to the Arnold. I keep in touch with all these guys. I'm always grateful. They always treat me with a lot of respect, man. And one of the coolest stories, Teddy, that I ever had, man, was I remember I was trying to get a hold of Jay, right? Jay
Yeah.
Cutler, because I wanted to carry his brand. But the only to carry his brand, you got to talk to him because he doesn't want anybody to carry it because he's just direct. That's just,
That's right.
that's how it is. So I had 2 connections. I tried to reach out to him, and Jay told him, "Oh no, I don't sell to stores." So then at one of my events, Victor Martinez was down,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Vic, man, can you help me out with Jay?" He's like, "Yeah, I fucking got you, right?" So the event ended. Jay's and Victor was like, "Look, man, I spoke to Jay. He's gonna reach out to you. Don't worry." So I'm like, "All right, I guess we'll see." Then 2 days later, I remember I'm at the store. My phone was next to me, right, and I'm helping a customer at the register, and I get a text message, and I look to the right, and I say, "Hey, what's going on, man? It's Jay Cutler. Give me a call back." And I look back at the customer. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Because it was such a surreal moment, right? And then like I remember I talked to Jay, man, and he treated me like, to me, like, listen, man, I'm just a fan, right? I'm a fan of bodybuilding. I'm just like everybody else. Just because I know these people now doesn't mean I'm any way different. I'm still just a fan, right?
Yep.
So to have these guys like Jay and stuff treat me with such respect, it's like mind blowing. You know what I mean? And but I remember that, man, that to this day, when that phone texted, and then real quick, we got on the phone, we were talking, and it was just like, it didn't even feel like a business call. Like it was nuts. So, but anyway, I could talk about it all day long, man. But that's the story, dude. That's the story.
And Aries, I could fucking listen all fucking day because it was fucking fascinating, and it shows if you want something, go get it. Who fucking saying that you can't do it? It might not be successful in the first few weeks. Fuck, this podcast that wasn't successful in the first few weeks. Still not successful now, but it's because I'm grinding. I'm giving everything, just like
Yeah.
you gave everything into your store, which now became stores, plural, motherfuckers. Now I have to ask this.
Mhm.
I saw you and some IFBB pro guys, big motherfuckers, all posing. You also have a gym?
No. I don't have a gym.
Okay.
That is so. Realistically speaking, I would love to open a gym one
Okay.
day.
Okay.
There's things behind the scenes I'm trying to do to get to that point. But again, it's the brand, right? The
Yep.
brand is solidified. There's no reason for me to go nuts with tons more stores. If
Right.
something comes up and makes sense, then okay, whatever, I'll open a store. But right now, I feel like the next step is possibly a gym, or possibly like a brand, like a supplement brand to kind of spin off. I'm really leaning towards the gym because that's like my thing, right? So it's just something I'm leaning to. Now I do work with a lot of gyms that I promote, because to me, I feel like there are the places to bring the community together, and they support fitness, right?
Yeah,
They
I
actually give back in a positive way towards fitness instead of just making a random fucking environment, whatever. So, so there's one gym that has my logo over the gym and stuff, and a lot of people, yeah,
I
that's probably what you've seen where it was on the wall. So that gym, I when it was first opening up, I met the owner, and I remember I met him, and the first thing I said to him, and this is the same thing I say to fucking everybody. So anybody that's listening in, don't ever, ever ask anybody for something. Meet hundreds and thousands of people, and always tell them, hey, ask them, how can I help you? Every single person. That's it. Don't ever ask for anything. So just like this, for example, I knew the guy was opening a gym. I knew the gym was going to be great for the community, right? For the fitness world and so forth. So I went to meet him. I told him how I feel about it. And the thing I said is, I'm going to help you promote on my end. I'm going to give away memberships. I'm going to use my social media to help you. And anything else you need from me, I got you. And I left it at that. That's it. And that's all I did. And fast forward, and then, I did some videos, I did some giveaways, and it was funny because I did some giveaways, and then like 2 weeks later, he calls me. He's like, Pat, man, the videos you did, 90% of the people that signed up after your video all mentioned you. I was like, well, that's cool. I'm glad I helped. He's like, so I have an open wall. You want to come paint it? I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. Whatever you need. He's like, you're the only one in this gym. Like, there's no other stores I can sample. I was like, that's your call. I'm not asking for any of that. He's like, you don't have to ask for anything. This is what I'm doing as a thank you. So, but the moral of the story is, man, it's like, I learned this a lot. It's, you know, you have to present yourself in a way to help other people and meet everybody. Meet everybody. There's so many more people that are so much more successful. Admire them, even if you may not like them, because you can learn from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that will expand your horizon to work together, man. Like, because you listen, Teddy, you know how this is, man. There's a lot of negativity out there. You turn on social media, you turn on this, you turn on that, you turn on that. Bro, if I don't have the fucking energy to even think about something negative, I'm always like, damn, how can I help this person? And then maybe in turn we can collaborate.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally my mindset all the time, man. So yeah, that's it.
And I mean, you are a busy motherfucker. We talked about your nutrition stores and how you worked your ass off to get them, how you've given back to the community. Now you also have a clothing company. Now, Patrick, what was the difference between starting your clothing company versus starting your nutrition centers?
Honestly, it's all the same, dude.
Hmm.
I don't even if I started cookies tomorrow, it would still be the same mentality. Start shit that you want to wear, use, eat, whatever it is, right? The brand is a brand I want to wear. I want to represent. The stores or places I want to shop in, right? The clothing is what I want to wear every single day. So make it top end. So I invested in clothing. Listen, bro, like if you buy clothing, right? A lot of clothing may not have a tag inside. It may just be a generic tag, right? Where it would say like the like say a clothing may be Young LA, and I'm
Yep.
not saying Young LA does this, but let's just say it's Young LA, but inside it says Gildan, right?
Ooh.
Well, if you put a tag inside that says, for example, this is Aries,
Mhm.
and inside is a tag, is an actual Aries tag. That's a trademark. That means it's legit clothing by Aries brand. Well, a lot of people don't want to do that because making a tag costs almost $2 per shirt. Yes.
Damn.
So, and it goes back to what is your main goal, man, to
The
doing
motive.
this? Are you doing it for profit, or are you doing it to create something that you're obsessed and love and you want longevity? You know what I mean? Because I could change the clothing um fabric and save like $3, $5. I can stop doing tags. I can go one color. I can do all this stuff to cut profit. I'm not gonna want to wear it. So
Yeah.
why would you want to wear it? You know what I mean? So that's my way. Like anything, dude. If I started cookies tomorrow, it'd be the same concept. Fucking cookies I want to eat, top of the line. That's how I'm gonna make it. So That's the way I kind of explain that, man.
Ah, fuck, now you got me hungry, Patrick. I'm sure you would fucking make some pretty goddamn good cookies too on that. Now, you also have a podcast, and when I'm taking a step back, it's like, okay, you have this, running your social medias, all this. I mean, how do you manage all the time to be a CEO, owner, podcast host, dad, husband? I mean, how do you do that because so many people can, myself included, can barely manage my job. So how are you able to do all this?
Number one, I would definitely say whoever you're with, right, has to support you, right? Because, for example, if my wife said, "Listen, I don't want you working 6 days. I don't want you doing 14 hours days. You don't give enough time." If that person has to support that, right? Then it allows you to the freedom to do what you need to do. And then, second, man, look, it's nonstop, right? I have ADD issues, man. Like if I'm off, I'm like, I feel like, listen, let me put it this way. If I have free time, I feel like I'm missing out on something and I'm not doing enough and I'm going backwards, right? So to me, it's, yes, it's fucking insane, insane amount of stuff, but to me, it's just an everyday routine I want to follow. Like I have to go to the gym. I have to wake up early. I have to do cardio. I have to prep my meals. I got to run the stores. I got to do scheduling. I got to do this for social media. I got to do. To me, it's just a regular everyday thing. But I think again, it goes back to the same aspect is, what are you obsessed about? Like, I don't work every day. This isn't work.
Yeah.
This is something I love, man. Like, so it's not fucking work. Work means you have to go do something to
Yes.
get something. For me, I'm going to do shit I love. Like being able to talk to people or help them, answer DMs, put out information, you know what I'm saying, with podcasts or whatever. Like I'm giving, just giving. That's it. I love to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm able to manage it because to me it's not work, man. None of it is work. And tomorrow I'll probably come up with something else just to fucking give myself more shit to do. But
Patrick, you fucking sold me. Fuck you, GNC. Fuck you, Vitamin Shop. I will now be only shopping from Aries Nutrition. I mean, I love the mindset, the attitude. So many people lack that sense of understanding and aren't obsessed with what they do. I think if you become obsessed with what you do, then it's not a job. It's life, man. It's life. Now, obviously, speaking of podcasts, bodybuilding, another big shout out to you and congratulations to you. I saw you rocking and rolling at the 2022 Mr. O. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
that's another big hats off to you. I mean, it's like so much respect for you in the industry, man. And now I got to ask you, what were your thoughts on the 2022 Mr. O? As I know you were there, and you also saw everything up front as well, right, Patrick?
Yes, yes.
What were your
So, listen, Hadi was an overall package. So Hadi won. Hadi won. Um, I, I'm open bodybuilding to me. So before I even give up my answers, right? Open bodybuilding to me means mass conditioning shape.
okay?
Okay. A lot of people emphasize shape, mass conditioning, but the thing is, shape shape tends to be genetic. So what I mean is, in classic physique, the number one most important thing is shape. Well, you can't make a fucking classic physique shape no matter what you do. You have to be born a certain structure. You know what I'm saying? In open bodybuilding, you can achieve conditioning,
Yeah.
you can achieve muscle mass, you can achieve body parts in certain areas to be bigger than others, like however it is. So to me, for example, Nick, right, is a definition of open bodybuilding. Derek is beautiful, right? Beautiful genetic gift,
Yeah.
right? Um, But to me, I see Nick over Derek
Okay.
just because
Huh.
Nick has done what open bodybuilding is about. He's put on a mass,
Yep.
He continues to improve his muscular shape, right? Not bone, but muscular shape. And he just continues to get better and better as an open bodybuilder. Now, do I think Derek can win for years and years if he puts on a lot more mass? Yes, I do. Do I think somebody like Andrew Jack can come in if he's conditioned like crazy and win all this nonstop? Yeah, because it's hard to look away
When he's
from a
genetic.
God-given shape like that.
Yep.
But to me, I had Hadi, he won.
Yep.
Then I had Nick, then I had Derek. That was me. And then I had Samson over Remy. Actually, I had Samson over Brandon, then I had Brandon, then I had Remy.
I actually had Hadi won. We had Derek on the podcast. Amazing dude. I thought it could have been. I mean,
Yeah.
the 1, 2, 3. I mean, they brought it. People can say here. I think either of them could have been. All three of them could have
Yeah.
been champions on any day. They're both just all three phenomenal athletes. I mean, that was what I thought an Olympian should look like in all three of them. Obviously, Big Ramy, I thought should have got out of top 5. Same with Brandon, and we had Andrew Jack on the show, and I was just impressed by his mindset. That dude has a gift. I mean, that dude has the figure. So I totally agree on that. Now, Patrick, I was thinking, do you see? This is a random thought. Do you see Ares supplements coming down the line?
Yes. But not so that is one of the goals, right? So as I mentioned, Aries gym, Aries supplements, yes, those are transitioning steps, right? But to reach those steps, like listen, I've already had the thought process of, hey, is it time to start a brand yet? Is it time to start a supplement brand yet? I've always had that in the back of my head, but it hasn't clicked yet to a point where the label, the name, like pops. I can make the ingredients, label, all that like real quick. That's not a big deal. I can make quality, but it's the marketing aspect and the label that hasn't clicked for me just yet. Because when I go in, I want to go in
100%.
hard. Yeah. But yes, down the line, I would love to do it. And because listen, let me put it this way: the only way I can ever get a booth at the Olympia that makes sense is to have a supplement brand.
Yeah.
So that's like a little bucket list,
That's where
right?
I was going.
Yeah, where I could one day,
sponsor.
yeah, man. So I can one day, say, look, I made it to the Olympia, even though it's not on stage. I made it as a supplement brand. So,
Oh man, that would be phenomenal. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick, you have thoroughly impressed me. And before we go, I have to ask, you really created your own success. I mean, no one else but you has done it. Put the hard work. What is your biggest tip for someone who is looking to start their own company? Doesn't have to be a supplement company or clothing company. What is your biggest tip to someone looking to start a company after all you've seen, been through, ups, downs? What is the biggest tip, sir?
be obsessed about the idea you want to start with. Okay. Obsession means love, right? So those kind of go in hand in hand. So because that right there will prevent you from quitting when things aren't going your way. And the number 2, meet everybody, shake everybody's hand, and ask them how you can help them. Every single fucking person, even people that you may not like, doesn't matter. You have to like them. You know what I'm saying? You be the right person, reach your hands, because every hand you shake raises the opportunity of meeting a certain person that can help elevate you upwards.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't listen. I know all these people, but it all started from a couple that I met originally, shook hands, and then so forth and so forth and so forth. So obsession, which coincides with love, and literally meet and collaborate and help every single person. And that's it, man. And then you'll fucking be fine.
And everyone, it's almost like when we started this 6 months ago, the $1 million question, which I get DM'd like a million times a day. How are you getting all these huge names on such a small podcast? And I think it started with one connection, going to another connection. As Guy Sisterino was on the podcast, he goes, dude, I've heard from so many people about this podcast. I was like, just the power of connections, the power of obsession.
Correct.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether to call him Aries, middle name Patrick, middle name fucking Aries. So it has been an honor and privilege. Now, before we go, the floor is yours. I mean, it's almost like I'm going to sit here listening for an hour with all the things you're doing. But the floor is yours. Where can we find your stores, your social media, your codes, your clothing, your podcast?
Yep.
I feel like I'm forgetting another.
So listen, so all the stores are located in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yep, all in Jersey, Hamilton, Edison, Sewell, Mount Laurel. Social media pages, it's Aries Nutrition, right? So Instagram, Aries Apparel, Real Talk with Aries, TikTok, Aries Nutrition, YouTube, Aries Nutrition. Yeah. So everything is Aries Nutrition, and any of those social media pages, if you send a DM to, you're talking to me. So there's nobody else that runs my social media. There's nobody else that runs nothing. I don't have managers. I am the manager. So same thing with social media, man, because I want to be the one that you speak to. So if you reach out, you're speaking to me. And look, you want to grab something online, code ARES, Aries, 15% of the whole order. And then I carry every fucking brand you could think of that's on top of the line. So
And I mean, I can vouch on that. I was looking earlier on your website. I mean, I saw literally every brand. I mean, granted, the list went on, and first person to use either code Aries or get some of Aries apparel, please send me a screenshot. I will send you an autograph from one of the legendary guests that we have had on this podcast. I'm also going to say first person to go in front of Aries is one of his million fucking stores. Take a picture in front of that nice little fucking store. Send it to me. Go and buy something. Send me the screenshot. I'll also send you some stuff. I mean, I am blown away by this thing. GNC Vitamin Shop. Look fucking out. I don't know if I can say that. But say that.
But you know what, Teddy? Like the way I say it is, listen, guys, there's supplement stores all over the place, right? I'm just a different shopping experience. You know what I'm saying? I may not be the place that you may like, but I would try, right? And I will always provide a particular shopping and unique experience. So it's not like anybody's worse than me. They're just different.
I'll say it. They're not as good as your stores. I can say it. You can't. I can say it. I mean, guys, please go check out Aries Clothing, Aries Nutrition, Aries Podcast. I mean, I've been bumping that podcast, man, and it's impressive. The guests he brings on, the content, just the values, the morals, the ideas. Go check that shit out. Links will all be in the bio to this. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Until next time, guys, Underdog out with the big man himself, Aries. Have a blessed one, guys.